What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm Alvin King, host of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. It's Friday, December the 8th. Welcome to our live show. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to our show tonight. We are so excited about all of you all being here. Our show tonight is called Say It Loud. And when we introduce you to our special guest tonight, believe me, you will know why the title of tonight's show is so appropriate. First, our first guest tonight is the LGBTQIA plus advocate, Derrick Strawberry Cox. He's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, I've been waiting for this guy to come on this show. I met him in May while I was sitting on another panel, didn't know who he was, and he completely blew my mind. So I am so happy that he is with us tonight and joining us again, coming back, ladies and gentlemen, because since he left us in May, he's been doing extraordinary things. So we wanted to get him on here so he can talk about those extraordinary things. Ladies and gentlemen, performer, singer, Marck Angel is with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we cannot wait to have him speak to you and tell you all of what's going on. So what is going on with you guys? Can you all see? I am truly in the decorating mode, okay? That's just in here. Outside is looking like Tinseltown. I mean, I'm not playing. I'm carrying on. Are you guys decorating? Are you guys in the Christmas spirit like I am? I mean, if you are, do me a favor if you like and shoot us, one of your pictures that he said live at Gmail and show us what your house looks like. Don't show us the front of the house with your address and your street because we don't want to be, responsible for all that. But anyway, welcome to our show tonight. One more thing. It is, Black Restaurant Week here in Washington, D.C. this week. So if you get a chance to partake in any of that, it's going until Sunday. I know I went to some restaurants earlier this week. One of my favorites, I don't want to give them a shameless plug, but it is in Mount Rainier, and I just love it. If you guys just look up Mount Rainier Black Restaurant, it will tell you who that restaurant is. Please go and grab you some grub this week before Black Restaurant Week is over. All right. So this week, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Foxx made his first public, appearance, and he had a speech 3 days ago after nearly 8 months of suffering an undisclosed medical condition that we still don't know, what that was. The actor accepted an honorary Critics' Choice Award, declaring, "I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy." He received the Vanguard Award for his performance in The Burial, if you guys got a chance to see that, at the Critics' Choice Association Celebration of Cinema and Television, honoring Black, Latino, and AAPI achievements. He received his award from his co-star, Janae Smollett, and Fox took the stage, and I quote, he said, "I couldn't do this 6 months ago. I couldn't actually walk to the stage." And he jokingly reminded all the audience that he wasn't a clone, referring to the clone Tyrone movie that he did. And he closed by saying that it felt good to be here, and he cherished every minute that he was on that stage. I want to welcome Jamie back, and I want to continue praying for him on his road to recovery of whatever he's going through, because clearly I think it's still affecting him. And I'm going to ask my producer to put something up first of all, because I'm going to ask you all what this is. So if he could put up this picture of this piece of paper, you want to take a look at this. And I don't know, it just looks like scribble, right? Right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin's will. And this week, the will was awarded her sons were awarded the late singer's real estate. And thanks to a 2024 will that was found between her couch cushions, her 3 sons have been awarded properties more than 5 years after her death at age 76 in 2018. And I want to read to you. On Monday, a judge in Detroit awarded the real estate based on a handwritten note that you just saw that had been found, like I said, in her couch. And her sons actually got certain properties. And so her son, Keith Franklin, will get the singer's crown jewel, which is her house valued at $1.1 million. And her second son, Edward, was awarded another property. And her third son, Ted, inherited a house in Detroit that was reportedly sold for $300,000, but he is in court trying to make sure that, you know, that he gets the money, that whatever that house was sold for, that he gets that. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite my guys on real quick, wherever you are in your life right now, please think about putting together your living will. The last thing you need to think about, and believe me, I just went through it, having someone to decide what they do for you after you're gone. Make it easy for them, because weddings and funerals are the worst things that families can go through, and all of this fighting, you know, and all this stuff just takes place. But please, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but writing your living will right now is one of the most important things that you can do. And while you're at it, write your power of attorney for your health and your finances. So should something happen to you, someone who you trust and love can make that decision on your last days. And I don't mean to get morbid, but sometimes you gotta be honest and tell the truth. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show tonight. And if you all ready, I want to get my guys in here. So let's get on with the chat. Well, hello.
I'm always boogieing to the song.
Oh, hello.
Wow.
How you guys doing?
Hey, how are you? Friday, TGIF.
Friday, TGIF. I'm sorry. Did you all? I don't know if you guys saw Jamie Foxx and on TV this week, but you know I saw clips from his speech of him accepting the award, and he was really broken up. Yeah, he was really like just kind of messed up about it, but it was good to see. It was good to see him on the stage. So, how's you guys' week going?
I'm glad it's Friday.
Oh, Bobby. Bobby is our resident educator, and apparently he has been to events, has students. There's been a lot going on in the world of Mr. Bobby.
He's just here. Well, I know where you were a couple of weeks ago, and like me, you were at Beyonce's Renaissance movie, ladies and gentlemen. If for those of you who haven't seen it, we want to spend a little time talking about Beyonce's Renaissance movie, and I want to get you all's critique. Vosh, did you get a chance to see it this week?
I still have not seen it, no. But I was looking forward to you guys telling me all about it. So,
well, all I'm gonna say is it is a must-see. And I know they had the premiere. We have some more pictures, and some of Destiny's Child, you know, they showed up, and you know, they came in full form for the premiere. And I think Kelly won the I Look Best award. And all I can say is the movie is superb. The filming is superb. The sound system is superb. Everything about this production is superb. And that's just through my lens, okay?
So I have seen videos. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have seen videos that people have taken of themselves at the movie theaters, and it's not a movie; it's a concert.
It's an experience.
Yeah, like it's like the most ruckus thing I've seen since Rocky Horror Picture Show in the movie theater with a bunch of people happy to be there going through that.
But let me just say that I am extremely pleased that was not my experience. People kind of moved in their seats and sang along, but nobody was up and dancing when I saw it. It was, you know, everybody was kind of focused on the concert. I have seen people kind of doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of thing, and they've been enjoying themselves and having fun. That was not what I wanted, and that's not what I got. So I was pleased. But I will say, I will echo what Alvin was saying earlier. Like, it is a behind the scenes look at all that went into the production that that so many people almost mortgaged their homes to actually see. I mean, it was an incredible, insightful portrayal of not just the production, but I think the work ethic of Beyonce and the experience of her being so deeply entrenched and involved in this production, down to the choreography, the look of the outfits. And there was a point that some of my friends have made note of where she was talking about the fact that even though her name is on the ticket, she's the face of the concert, all of those things, there were times when she was still being kind of like mansplained, or people were not listening to her, kind of like when she was requesting certain things. There was an example when she was talking about a scene where she wanted it to be filmed with a particular type of lens, a wide lens, and she asked about this particular special lens, and she was immediately told, well, they don't make them that size, actually. And she had already Googled and found out that they did make them that size, and she was like, they do, and I'd like them in that size. So even at her level of accomplishment and achievement and stardom and all of that iconic status, she still deals with some of the issues that women find themselves in positions of power having to deal with. But that said, everything.
What to that, Bobby, though, I'm glad you said that, because one of the things that was very clear was that with all her success and power and everything that she has done and still doing, she is a mother first. And the way she took care of she takes care of her kids. And I don't think it was just on camera, because there was truly a moment that she could not have anticipated in the movie where her daughter, Blue Ivy, was doing her homework. And she was in a meeting with some other folk. And Blue Ivy interjected. She heard what they were talking about, and she had an opinion about the idea. And she interjected her thoughts. And Beyonce looked at her and said, all right, sweetie, I hear you. Thank you so much. I hear you. That was great. And Blue Ivy decided to interject again and spoke over one of the men who was talking to her mother.
Yep.
And they looked at her in that Black woman mother way. And she said, baby, that was very nice of what you said. I'm paraphrasing. She said, but I need you to take it down to a notch, wherever. Right. And Blue Ivy heard that.
Yeah, and she said, I not only need you to take it down, you cannot be cutting other people off when they're speaking. Like, she literally snapped her back in place. Yeah.
It was a moment. I want everybody, if you get a chance, go see it before it leaves in a couple of weeks or next week.
Thoroughly entertaining. Vosh, you'll enjoy it.
It was very good. Yeah.
Right on. Right on. I'm looking forward to it. I just didn't have the time to work it into my schedule this week.
Well, I'm coming in Philly to take you. Can we say hello to some of these people up on here today?
Yes.
Who's on here? Oh, Shannon's back.
Hey, Shannon.
Shannon.
Shannon, and Blue is back. Blue asked about Blue. Oh, he talked about Jamie Foxx has a smell of death, and that's frightening. See, you know what? He always comes up.
Blue.
And then okay.
That's Calvin Klein's expression.
Because I've never even heard that. Hey, Alma. Hey, Sean. Darren. Thank you for joining the show tonight. Oh, Darren went to see Beyonce.
Hey, Alma.
Yeah, And Blue said people were dancing. Yeah, in some movies they were, but no, not in my movie. They just came dressed for the part, and they were dancing in their seats, but not in a whole thing. And
I hope the people who spent all that money on those tickets do not feel slighted because they get to see it for $22 and some popcorn.
Well,
it was more than 22. I pick.
Did
you?
Yeah, I went all in.
It's because you spend money on movies and not your clothes.
They will just get over it. See, there you go again. Well, something else happened in the entertainment field, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Okay. Before we lose anything, let's talk about Norman Lear.
Yes,
the producer, Norman Lear. He died this week. He was 101 years old. And for those of you who don't know who Norman Lear is, he has produced some of the most iconic television shows that many of us have grown up with in our lives, ladies and gentlemen. And that's everything from All in the Family, Stanford and Son, Good Times, The Jeffersons, The Facts of Life, Silver Spoon. And I didn't know that he did a movie with Shonda Rhimes and Common.
Oh wow!
Yes,
Didn't
he
know.
did a movie called American Divided,
Hmm.
and he
Huh.
worked, and it was on Epic. Yeah, I didn't know that was in 2016.
Wow.
But I
Yeah.
think he did start some careers of a lot of people.
Yep.
Red Fox and who is it? Sherman Hemsley
Yep.
and some Kim Fields.
Yeah. With Facts of Life and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people. So rest in heaven, Norman.
Yes.
Okay.
Groundbreaking. He was a groundbreaking producer in terms of pushing society around a lot of societal issues, race relation issues, colorism, women in leadership positions. So yeah, he was groundbreaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rest in peace and power.
Rest in peace and power. Vosh, you look like you wanted to say something. I was before I go on, I was gonna. You just had that look of on your face where it was about. Were you gonna say something?
It's good to know that I can actually censor myself. Norman Lear did wonderful things. Um, there is controversy around some of his creations. There are people, not people, but there was a person who has come forward and said that those were his ideas. And I would like for us to at least hint towards that as we honor Norman Lear. But I still want to push forward to everyone that even if he did get the inspiration from someone else for some of these ideas, it still takes a huge amount of work to do a series over time, and he still deserves to be praised in this time.
Amen. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. I'm glad you got that out because opinions do matter, and
Yep.
that's why we have this show. Am I right?
Thank
Can we
you.
say amen?
Amen.
Amen.
We were
Amen.
just
Amen.
also given a note that Janet Jackson also got her first acting career at the
She
hands of
did.
Norman Lear as well. So
She
thank you for that
she did. Thank
information.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, Raheem Briggs. Thank you for joining the show tonight. Well, if you guys are ready, we got a lot of show for everybody. And our special guest, we have been trying to get him on this show. I think I started trying to get him on the show back in July.
Wow.
And so here we are, December, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready to introduce our special guest. You guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right. Our special guest, Derrick Strawberry Cox, is an unsung hero in the DMV LGBTQIA community. He is the director of visibility and inclusion with Project Briggs Incorporated. He is the first to volunteer, goes above and beyond, does not allow outer influences to deflect him from the goal of spreading goodwill amongst all, and almost importantly, is extremely reliable. Our special guest is also blessed with possessing the abilities to dance, model, act, and actively advocate for the education of HIV awareness and preventive health, gay and lesbian civil rights and liberties, and is eloquent in public speaking for political lobbying in regards of the positivity aspect of the LGBTQIA plus community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Derrick Strawberry Cox.
Oh my.
How y'all doing? Good evening, everybody.
That's an introduction there.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh my God.
He's sitting there looking at himself going like, gee, I'm doing all that.
Yeah,
I know, like,
yeah, that's you. Yes, that's you. Thank you for joining the show tonight, my brother. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Well, we don't want to belabor this, so we need to get on with our questions and get it going. So
We
let's
will
do
get
it.
started. I want to say welcome to our show. And Alvin was not lying. When he met you on that panel, he literally came back to Vash and me and he was like saying, I have got to get this guy on the show. So we are very, very pleased that you are with us this evening. So my first question for you is, tell us, obviously I'm looking at the hair color and I'm thinking I might know a little bit about the origin of Strawberry, but I'd love to know about that name. And we'd love to have your own description of who Strawberry actually is.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I actually love that question. So Strawberry was developed when I was 15, turning 16, because all my life I grew up from Southeast DC, Berry Farms.
DC
I
boy.
didn't, I've been made fun of, all my life for, looking different, being different, being a feminine black man here in the DMV with red hair. So it was kind of hard, and everyone had a different nickname for me.
Mm.
And so I decided to create my own nickname that only I would answer to. So I had to develop my own, my own identity and own that. So
Yeah.
it took me 2 months and 3 weeks to come up with it. And I was sitting down one day eating some strawberries while eating some strawberry Pop Tarts, some strawberry cereals, just being surrounded by strawberries because I love strawberries. And I just said, you know what? I said, you know what? I'm just gonna call myself Strawberry because I was thinking of so many things. I was like, I wanted something that wasn't going to make me, sound too pornographic, something that's inappropriate but appropriate on the same spectrum, something fun, cute, classy. And strawberry was red, my favorite color, but also green, my secondary favorite color. And I was like, okay, I'm sweet like a strawberry, but I can also be bitter like one too, if you get me there, So it's like if you don't take care of your strawberries, they can get sour and bitter. And same thing with Spencer.
All righty then.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, and that's strawberry.
That's
Okay.
strawberry. I didn't think we were going to be talking strawberry Pop Tarts tonight, but hey, there you go. He's keeping it real. He's keeping it real.
That's how you do it. Okay.
Keeping it real.
Thank you.
Absolutely love it. Well, Strawberry, I'm happy that you're here with us because shortly after we came on board with He Said, you reached out and friended me. And I, as I do with most people, I ask, how'd you find me? Why do you want to be my friend? And you said, I saw you when He Said, and I've looked at what you do, and I can tell you do a lot of good on the planet. I'd love to be connected. And that was such an amazing thing, one, to hear someone say, but then to be such a reflection because it made me start watching you. And you do amazing things on the planet. And it is just such a thrill to have you here where we get to share with the rest of our audience who you are, what you do, and why they should be paying attention to you. So
thank you, I appreciate it.
Hey, look, I'm so happy to be able to give back the love that you gave to me because the day that came out was a day that I really needed to hear what you had to say to me. So in addition to all the things you do, you're a model, you dance, you produce events, you do all kinds of things, which we're going to talk about later. You are also the director of visibility and inclusion with Project Briggs.
Yes.
What is that position? How did it come about? And what do you do?
So Project Briggs, I took that position because one, I did sit on many different boards here in the DMV, and I had to realize that I am only one person and I can't do everything. As much as I do love my community, I can't do everything. So I had to step off a few boards, that was just vocal because I'm more about action. And Project Briggs is one of those, organizations that's been doing the work. They go out, they actually involve themselves with the community. They're not messy. They don't utilize the funds in personal matters. Like they actually use their own money and they put on events, they provide for the community. And I love stuff like that, which is why I reached out to you. Like anybody that provides for the Black community or the Black LGBTQIA plus community, I'm gonna do my research. And if you actually real about your stuff, you passionate about it, I'm definitely gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna follow up with you and I'm gonna be a part of that. And when they asked me to join their team, I couldn't say no. I was like, of course, I would be honored to. So, out of everything I do, I'm all about production, visibility. So I always wanted to bring more awareness to whoever or whatever I'm a part of. And I definitely want everyone in the DMV to know and support Project Briggs because of everything that they are and everything that they do for the community.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I echo you on that. Project Briggs has been a huge supporter of my company, King and I Productions, and they are a huge supporter of He Said Live. So thank you. So that I feel the bond. You know what I mean? I really do. I said earlier, I talked about your work with AIDS and HIV, and I know that you are a strong advocate about bringing awareness and prevention to that. I first want you to tell us about your work in that particular area. And let me mention AIDS, HIV, and STDs. So I want you to talk about your work in that area. In addition to bringing awareness to this work, what other advocacy work do you do?
Okay. Whew. So growing up, once I developed and found out that I was gay, and I went to middle school and I discovered that I was a gay Black man, and then because I was feminine, I was labeled the bottom, and then I had to learn Pig Latin. So it was like all these new rules and regulations came with me defining another identity of myself that I didn't know. So I wanted to have a gay doctor. So I was like, I just Googled one day and I was like, gay doctors in DC, and Whitman Walker came up. So I was like, okay, well, let me go check out Whitman Walker. And when I went there, it was so welcoming, it was so loving, everyone was so, peaceful, and I saw, gay people in there, trans people. It's like so many different spectrum of the LGBT community just in there. They was all working and they were supportive. And I was like, okay, I can really, and I felt welcome. It was literally like a family. So I got involved with them. And then, when I was talking about being involved within the community and being more supportive, they told me about Smiles. So once I started learning about all the different LGBT nonprofit organizations here in the DMV, my crazy self got involved with all of them. And health was a huge thing with us. So I definitely wanted to center point my position on health. So I started getting more involved within the health field. And, I got certified for phlebotomy for, I love blood, so I didn't worry about it. And I saw how much HIV and STDs, so STIs affected our community. And then how sex talk was so, non-void with it, even though we all love it. And I was like, okay, well, I definitely want to get more involved with this. And it was hard for me to actually reach people, within the HIV field spectrum, because, at that time I wasn't positive. But once I became positive, March 11, 2011, and I didn't have, that negative impact like a lot of people, unfortunately share with, with themselves or the experience with those that they surrounded by. I had nothing but love and support surrounded by everyone that I knew. And, at that point in time, no one really cared, not even to this day. So I utilized that and I just took off with my new platform. And, since everyone saw that I was so comfortable with it and sharing and talking about it, it's like, oh, do you want to be a PR for this? Or do you want to take a photo shoot for this? Do you want to have an interview with that? So it kind of like just took off with so many different levels and spectrums with so many different nonprofit organizations. And it wasn't necessarily about, the fame or anything. I literally wanted people to know that it was okay now, being HIV positive, one pill a day, keep the effects away. It's just like, you can live now, you can live longer, you can live strong. And honestly, it's the easiest thing to have for real, if you ask me. But within that field, I definitely started a few support groups, peer support groups for anybody that was newly diagnosed with HIV from the ages of 14 to whatever, if you wanted to join the group. And we had to have two separate groups because, I didn't want to mix the young with the old, because, we didn't want to have no issues, no problems. Whitman Walker did definitely help me with our first program. It's the Peer Plus One program. And like I said, that was for a group that was for newly people diagnosed. And we mixed them up with a mentor or mentee, someone they can reach out to, when they're just having a down day, or someone they want to talk to. Just remind them that they're not alone. Take it back to the good old days when people, was dealing with the sickness and they felt alone because they didn't want to tell nobody because they didn't want to feel stigmatized or judged because of it. And I started doing it with different other nonprofit organizations. And even to this day, a lot of people still don't want to come forth, because, it's still stigmatized and judged with that whole community behind HIV and STDs. But I take off work sometimes. I walk people I go to their appointments with them, make sure that they do what they need to do, stay on top of their drugs, their doctor visits, everything. Like it's a lot. I definitely wear too many hats in this community as one individual, as a DMV advocate, but I have a lot of energy, so that's why I do everything that I do, and I'm proud and I'm happy for all the lives that I touch with the work that I do here.
It's extraordinary. You should be proud, and it begs the question as to how did this work, this commitment to advocacy begin? What was your introduction to advocacy work? And you mentioned a bunch of things that you do individually. Is all your work individual? Do you work as a team? Tell us a little bit about the beginning of advocacy for Strawberry.
So when I first initially started working with Smiles, volunteering with Smiles, I saw, just the love and the joy that it brought to, other young kids, that didn't have that field or that spectrum just to be themselves out loud and proud, and just the sort of effect that I was able to bring, the extra joy that I was able to bring with meeting people, new people, making sure that they had fun, and how easy it came to me. It's like, okay, I can do this. Now, majority of everything that I do it alone, but I'm always about working together, with any nonprofit organization, if a team. I'm all about outreaching, networking, collaboration is a beautiful, sexy thing to me. So I can definitely do it with a team. I love doing it with a team. It would be beautiful with a team. But if I can't get a team, I'm definitely fine with doing it alone too.
Amen.
I was actually trying to Google. You mentioned Smiles, and Smiles is an organization for youth. Is that?
Yes.
Am I correct? Okay, I was trying to
Yes.
Google it I was trying to Google it on my phone, so I could
So
at least tell people, because you said it twice, and I want to make sure that I tell people, or that you tell people, what is Smiles also.
oh, definitely. So Smiles is SMYAL, and it's here in Washington, D.C., over in Eastern Market. And it's for the youth, the LGBT organization, nonprofit. They help them with, they got housing. If you need housing for the youth, they have so many programs, after school programs. They help them get into school, college. They have so much stuff for the youth with Smiles, just to remind them that, it don't matter if you're gay or however you identify, you still got a life to live, and wherever you see yourself going, we can help you get there. And if we can't help you, then definitely got referrals that we can refer you to. Like, it never stops at just one spot. And Smile is a wonderful organization for, the young LGBT or people here in Washington, D.C. or Maryland or Virginia. If you want to come all the way out here, they have youth programs everywhere else too, like Rainbow Flag in Virginia. Not so sure about Maryland yet, but we have different youth program organizations. If you always need help, I pride myself on being the queen of resources here in the DM Northern D.
Okay, come on now, the queen of resources. I want to make, and I really was trying to put up that organization so that we could have that up, but I'm not gonna, take over the interview anymore. I just heard that a couple of times, and I just wanted to make sure that we said that. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Africa Lynn. Oh, Africa Lynn, I love you.
Love
Ashley
her.
Hamilton. Thank you for joining us tonight for the interview. Thank you so much.
Strawberry, your people showing up for you tonight?
Yes, they
Yes,
showing
yes,
up.
sir.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yes,
Hey,
they
me.
are
Yes,
showing
sir.
up.
Yes,
they are.
Ashley is like my best friend. Like, almost basically, she's my sister. We grew up together.
Amen.
Ashley, a sister of his is a sister of mine. Nice
Welcome
to meet
to the
you.
show.
Okay?
Welcome. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Thank
Well,
you.
Strawberry, you do a lot, and you already said that you have a lot of organizations
Yeah.
that you're involved in. But of all that you are doing or have done, what are you most proud of?
Honestly, the only thing that like literally brings me all the joy in the world is literally like the joy someone else had when they reached like a connection, a new connection with themselves. It's like a foundation of a realization of your own ownership. When I see that ownership that they take, that I took myself when I decided to call myself Strawberry, and I started telling people, like, my name Derrick, but everyone calls me Strawberry, but no one did it yet, and it just canceled out all them other nicknames so easily. And it took on like a virus. And when I see people own their ownership, with their health or, with their homelessness, whatever they're dealing with, and if they have that, that vulnerability to reach out to me and allow me to help them, and they take the steps needed, and that joy, that real joy of ownership that they take, putting themselves back together, there's nothing like that. It's just so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really lovely. Thank you.
Well, you talked earlier about, of course, we said that you currently work with the Project Briggs Incorporated, but you've worked with the Whitman Walker Clinic. You've also worked with Speak Out, and you have done LGBTQIA outreach for the mayor of Washington, D.C. Okay,
Yes.
So that puts you in influencer status. Okay, so I want to hear from you. What does being considered an influencer mean to you?
So when I see the word and I hear the word, public influencer, I definitely think about somebody that actually goes out in the public or the community and do the work. And everything don't necessarily have to be hands-on. So let me say that first. But if you are going to choose to be an influencer or consider yourself a public advocate, I feel like you should actually use your platform for whatever that is and actually speak on it if you're not doing hands-on work with it or out in the community, but definitely use your platform and speak on it. Even if it's in a joking matter, if you're making skits with it, however you want to do it, just use it in a learning manner. I feel like any moment is a teachable moment, depending on how you use it and how you craft it.
Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Let me take a sip on that.
Well, look, that's not coming for anyone. I just
no, because now I know how to tell people I'm an influencer.
Oh, Lord. Well, as I said, when Alvin met you and he came back, he was so impressed by your energy, but also your commitment to action. And you even spoke about it this evening, and the fact that you said that, in terms of your joining organizations or supporting them, you do your homework, you make sure they're not, misuse of funds, that they're really about the people, that they're really doing that work. So you sound like you are clearly on the ground in the community and really relating to people on a very personal way. So with that knowledge base and with your involvement with the community, I'd like to know, what is your great concern? What are you most concerned about in the community that you are so committed to?
So that is one very powerful question, and as we get to speak freely, I assume.
We do, and I
but-
ask powerful questions, unlike the other guys. That's
Oh, wait a minute. No, he didn't, because last I checked, it said Alvin Host. But you go ahead, okay? and please answer your question. But our motto is, we go to the cliff, but we don't jump. So you go right ahead.
All right. So some of my major concerns here in the community, out of everything that I do, me personally, I don't necessarily like people that's in a position of power that don't utilize the power that they supposed to utilize it in a way that they should, especially with these nonprofit organizations, where you have, certain EDs that's there that shouldn't be there, staff that's there that shouldn't be there, people not holding itself or the nonprofit organizations accountable, funding these nonprofits that's not using the money that they're supposed to be using it in the way that they're supposed to be using it. Following up with these fundings and these grants, just holding everybody accountable for the work that they're supposed to do for the community that they're not doing for the community. So and that's why I pride myself on actually going out and about. So I've learned growing up that I got to get away with a lot of things that other people wasn't able to get with. Like I learned that I had pretty privilege. I learned that I had light skin privilege. And with those privileges, I've learned to utilize them. So I would show up at different places, not having an appointment, knocking on them doors, busting down like, okay, well, I see that you're supposed to be doing this for the community, but you're not doing it. Your staff's supposed to be doing this, but they're not doing it. You're not holding them accountable, but you just got a grant for this and you're not doing it. And, people be like, oh, who is you? And that's like, it don't matter who I am. Just know that I'm somebody that's out here in these streets and you're supposed to be helping me and I'm supposed to be able to rely on you. So how can I send somebody to you if you're not going to take care of them or their needs if you're not doing it? And now I got to do something about it. And I don't like doing that, but I love holding people accountable. Accountability, once again, is sexy to me. And I am going to come back to you, but no, when I come back, I'm not going to be alone. So I love holding people accountable. And it really bothers me when somebody's in a position to help somebody and they don't do it. That bothers me extremely.
Action, not words. Gotcha.
Yes.
That's how you go to the cliff, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That's how you take them to the cliff. Thank you. Preach. As Keisha said. Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you. So I'm okay. All right.
I'm just thinking, like, if you show up to a meeting and you've got Raheem with you, people are like, what do you need? I'm just going to give it to you.
Because accountability is sexy.
Okay.
Let me say some of the meetings I be at, like when we're talking about something and somebody say something, I love how people will like look at me like they're waiting for me to like go off because I love. Here's the thing, I love everyone, but I do love interrupting white people. Like when you try to speak on the Black community, what you believe or you think is best for us, I be like, I love interrupting. I'm like, yeah, I don't like it, and then I just start speaking on why I don't like it and how I think it's not a good idea. Why you even think it's a good idea? Like I don't bring nothing back to racism, but I don't want you to feel like this is good because you believe it's good because you thought it's an idea that you didn't share with us. So we're not going to do that.
Do what needs to be done. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So with all that you're doing in the different organizations that you are doing it with, are you seeing progress?
I am seeing progress with some organizations. Some organizations I do stand proud by and I still utilize. I still speak about. If I host an event or put an event together, I would ask them to support me in any way that they can. So I know who I can definitely count on and I know who I'm still working on. And then I know who I want to get replaced. So, but like I said, when you have your foot in so many different doors and you have a collaboration or a communication or just even a connection with so many different people, like I never want to be in that spectrum of where I want people scared of me, but I want you to realize that I love my community. Like I love my community like I love myself. And yeah, it is a whole lump sum of craziness and unreliability, drama, messiness, but I know for a fact, we all been misled and we've been reprogrammed to think and believe in different things, and I get it and I got it and I'm here with you. but I just want to see a change, and I want to invoke that change with you. And I just want you to share it with me, because I lead with love with any and everything that I do. So I don't believe that I'm wrong with just wanting you to do what you should be able to do.
See,
Leading with love.
I take that same attitude into our production meetings every Monday. Thank you, Strawberry, for that. I appreciate it.
No.
Strawberry, no, seriously, Strawberry. but before we let you go, tell us what is next for you. What's next on the horizon for Strawberry?
The next 5 years, I honestly do plan on having my own nonprofit organization. And, not necessarily, I don't want to say showing everyone the right way to do it, but I just want to show them a better way that it could be done with the collaboration, with networking, with actually working together as a community as we should, instead of, competing with events, competing with prices and worrying about prices, because the events are supposed to be for the community. So I don't want nothing to be money based. I want to show the community that we're about community and that we're here to take care of you and what real resources look like. So I want to have my own nonprofit organization and do it the right way that it should be. Remind people that life matters outside of money and materials.
Spoken, claim it. Spoken.
That part. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is concluding our interview with our special guest, Strawberry. We really hate to let you go, but he's going to be backstage and he's going to come back. But all of you who have joined the show tonight, thank you so much. And you have brought your whole family on board. You guys,
I love it.
You guys go on Instagram. You can go on Facebook. He said live, and you like us. You can go to our YouTube page. Please go and like us, because we want to bring more interviews like this with people like Strawberry on the show. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll bring you back before the show ends. So thank you, Strawberry.
Thank you.
We need to make sure that we share his social media so people can find him easily. So
Strawberry rolls deep. He brought his peeps.
Yeah,
look. That's why I'm like, we got to say where you can find him, because I don't want none of them mad at us.
Okay, none of them.
We ain't trying to ruffle no strawberry feathers. No.
So we're not, and we're gonna make sure that we put it up there. Well, thank you, Vash and Bobby, for that enlightening interview. I mean, Bobby is the most powerful one on the set here, and he just brings it.
It was
okay,
a powerful question. I was like,
powerful question. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. As soon as my teleprompter starts working, it just my teleprompter. Well, it just fire. You're fired. Look, our next guest, our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, was here in May. And he is back with us, ladies and gentlemen, because he is doing extraordinary things. So if we can run our clip, we are now in the art of it. And, that was a moment for my teleprompter to start working again. It just doesn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, Marck Angel, is renowned for his high-octane music videos and electrifying performances, infused with his passion and social activism and advocacy. His new single, Get Love, is climbing the dance charts. Marck just earned 3 musicianship Whammy Awards finalist nominations. That's the DMV area's American Music Awards or the Grammys. The forthcoming Seraphim Motion Picture short has earned 17 film awards to date, including winning Best LGBTQ Short at the 2023 Cannes Short Film Festival and nominations at the Academy Awards, qualifying Bronze Lens and Flicker's Rhode Island Film Festivals. Maybe the lead single video from Seraphim has earned 4 million YouTube viewers to date.
Wow.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the return of our special guest, Marck Angel.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, Marck.
Hello.
How you doing? Welcome.
This is all of that crap.
Sounds like a brother's working.
You are working. Okay, and you've earned every bit of it. Welcome back, my brother. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It sounds like Beyonce got her Renaissance movie thing idea from you, because you were working on that from before. That's all I'm saying.
That's how rumors get started. They feel like, you heard it here.
Well, I seeing her film, it reminded me very much of Michael's "This Is It" and Madonna's "Truth or Dare." In the back in the day, which they look behind the scenes. So she's a studier too. So I'll be trying to watch, the greats of the greats too. You know what I'm saying? And she's one of the greats now too. So I definitely pay attention to that.
Well, in 2 weeks, on the 19th, I'll be looking at Madonna. So I'm gonna look and I'm gonna say, look, Mark said,
oh, yeah.
okay, Mark said that's where Beyonce got it from. So now I'll be looking at, no, I love me some Madonna. But again, thank you for being on the show tonight. And I'm just gonna kick it off by asking you first, tell us about your new single, Get Love. Tell us what the single is all about and what's behind all of it.
Oh, well, the new single is entitled Ghetto Love. Get to Love, right? Yeah, it's like,
it's Get to Love.
Right?
I missed it
love,
too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's the ghetto way of saying it. Yeah.
Oh.
The more ghetto way of saying it, right? So the name of the new single is entitled Ghetto Love. We just came up with the video last week. Thank God we have 2,500 views already on YouTube. So thank you guys for supporting it. We got like 6,000 on Instagram. So thank you guys for supporting it. And I wrote and produced the song, played all the instruments on the song, and it's part of my album entitled Seraphim. Seraphim is a socially conscious music album, but this single happens to be on the R&B side of the album. I still kind of think of albums in two parts, like the A side and the B side. So this is on the R&B side of the album, and it basically speaks to I guess the socioeconomic differences that can go on in relationships. You can have the rich guy and the broke guy. You can have, the smart guy and not so smart guy, and it's about what the world sees in that, but holding it tight within the relationship. And the video is great. The video is a dance video. Worked with Red on it. I worked with Red for the last 10 years. And it's part of Seraphim, the full motion picture coming out soon. So yeah, it's a lot of work.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
the film itself has earned 17 film awards to date, including winning Best
19.
LGBTQ short.
That's
19.
Yeah.
Look, we need a counter.
A
Because
live
as we talk about this,
Okay.
Live update. There you go. Bam.
Exactly. That's
Bam.
amazing.
Thank you.
That's
It may be
amazing.
20 by the end of the show, so you never.
Hey, look, let's go for it.
Post it.
Knock on wood.
Exactly, right? So it's also won Best LGBTQ Short at the 2023 Cannes Short Film Festival.
Yeah.
Mark, what's the film about, and what was your experience of winning the award and all of that? Like, tell me all about it.
Okay. Well, Seraphim is the album is a socially conscious album. Concentrating on racism and bigotry and misogyny and xenophobia. A lot of the problems that are going on in the world today, right? And in the past. But what we decided to do was to do a full feature film from some of the music videos. So we've taken six or seven music videos and arced them together with a full storyline that centers around two lovers. That's what's on the back of the screen there. That's the two characters. That's my character and Dante Hensley's character. And we're coming in on two lovers who are trying to requite their love. And while they're trying to requite their love, they experience traumas and people from the past, and also the social, cultural, political environment of the summer of 2020, which we all know, with Blacks and queers dying. So we get to see sort of a day in the life of, and it's got acting, music, dramatic scenes. We have amazing views of Brooklyn. Thank God to all the guys who are flying the drones and stuff like that, shooting the city footage. But it's a full 70-minute feature, musical drama, LGBTQ social issues movie, and it's a lot of work. And I just saw a draft of it just as I was getting on here, and it looks great and phenomenal. So we're just ready to really ship it out. Yeah.
You mentioned it's a lot of work, and one would argue that doing a film unto itself is a lot of work. Doing an album is a lot of work. You did both. Talk to us about the juggling process of doing a film and an album at the same time.
Yeah. So this, exactly what you said is what my team said 2-3 years ago when I was decided to record everything, and we did. So I was recording an album. This is right before COVID was happening. I started recording the album, and then we had this. I sat there with the team. I said, I don't want to just come out with just music videos and just do the thing, and you do the 6 to 9 months promotion, and then you go into your next project. I really want to invest and nurture this project. I want to do an album, a tour, and a movie. And everyone looked at me like, oh shit.
as well they should have.
Yeah, and it started out as a short film, and then as we were fleshing out the story, me, myself, Dante Hensley and Donnie Thomas are starring in it, but they also helped me write it. We said, okay, let's do a movie. So I was literally recording the album, writing all the music, and I'm one of those artists that I write all my lyrics, I play all my instruments, I produce all the records, except for a few records. This album had 14. I did like 11 out of 14 tracks, right? And then writing the script, and then coming up with all the choreography, and then having to come up with each individual video treatment, because each individual video has to have its own ecosystem in itself, and then taking a story and piercing it through all those videos and making it work. So I can't tell you, I'm so involved that I'm involved with the sound, the coloring, doing the graphics, just not even hours. We're talking about days of work, days of work. And we were calculating last night. I was like, how many days did it take to actually shoot, from actually shooting? And it only took us 10 days to shoot this film. Yeah, but the preparation from we didn't have a script. Like I said, we didn't have anything. I didn't even really know what the album was going to be about. And so we came up with all this, and not to say thank God for COVID, but COVID gave a little bit more time to let it marinate and kind of cook. And here we are. So we came up with the album, did some of the singles. I bet you guys think I came this past May. I came to May last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was September 2022, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I've been on tour since then.
Time
when
you're having fun, right?
Well, let me tell you about your aura then. Because I promise you, it was like we just talked to you 5 months ago. And it wasn't.
Right.
Oh my God, it was over a year
ago. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I want to, since I heard you say that you're preparing it. So is the movie, is it done? Is it complete?
Yeah, the movie's shot, the movie's done, the movie's complete. It's me. Just like the album. And this is gonna sound weird for all the artistic weirdos out there. It's something that says something to you. So when I know it's right, just like the album, like if I would have brought out the album before, I don't know what it would have been. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain feeling that God gives me, that makes me know that it's the right feeling. And just me, taking around, make sure coloring is right, make sure sound, because it's a full feature film, and we don't want it to just go straight to YouTube type of thing, or we want it to really go all the way and see what we could do with it. So, because it's really a full musical. It's if you like Lemonade, if you like Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814 movie, if you like Michael Jackson's Bad when he did Moonwalker, was sort of like this unrealistic, surreal, going in between, breaking the fourth wall sort of thing. Yeah, you should like this. And the music is great. So, the album is doing good. So I hope you guys like it.
Well, we want to make sure that we promote it. And so whatever platform that it will be on, once the spirit tells you it's ready to go, we just want to be that conduit to get it out. You know what I'm saying? We want to be, that support system for you.
Thank you. But I will tell you, 2024. Yes, it's coming 2024.
Okay.
Because they're not going to let me go any further than that.
I'm already picking out a premiere outfit, so you let us
know. Yes. Please come to the premiere. Yeah, that's all. But see, in all of that, that's part of the work and the preparation, because I'm involved in all of that. Like, when are we going to do these things? You have to.
And what snacks are you going to have? Because I will come hungry. I need you to be on point.
Powerful questions.
Look.
Hungry.
Bring the Sour Patch Kids. And
he's there. You got him. You've already got him.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, before we let you go, can you tell us about any upcoming tour dates and what we can expect next from Marck Angel, please?
Okay, well, right now we're concentrating on getting this film out. So, look, I've been touring since touring is so much. Oh, it was so much. We did 15, 20 performance dates. And then we also had to do the film festivals as well. We did like 15, 20 of those. So it's been just it's been a lot of work. So they gave me off until New Year's. I have until January 2nd. I can take off some time, and then we'll take it from there. But most likely I'll be touring as well next summer. They got me working on the road. Yeah.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did. I don't know if our producer. I sent it to our producer to put Mark's his
the trailer.
No. I couldn't play the trailer. Here's the thing about our beautiful show. Here's the thing about our beautiful show, ladies and gentlemen, because Mark did send me a trailer that I did put a trailer onto the promotion, but we can't, when we play it on the show, sometimes, Facebook will call their police. And we have this beautiful show that we just did. We play your trailer, and then the next thing we know, Facebook said, we're not showing that show because Mark didn't give you permission. Yeah. And
they do it to me on my own music.
That's hilarious.
I just want you to know that is the only reason why we don't have that on the show. But I did put your web address. I sent it to my producer, so I wanted to make sure that if they could copy that and put that up. But I want to say thank you again for being here, Mark, and talking to us about Seraphim. We cannot wait. I'm sure we will all be in some store picking out our outfits for the opening, for the premiere. I'm sure we will. So please don't go away. We're going to bring you back for the end of the show. But ladies and gentlemen, put your clicks together for Marck Angel, please, and follow him on social media and on his website here.
So proud of you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
He's such a great, what great guys we just had on the show tonight. I'm just so proud to be an elder to them. Close your mouth because you're older than me.
I could.
That was so hard.
I couldn't even get it out. See, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I love them so much. I couldn't get it out. And I want to say, look, I know Africa's gonna get after me, but Africa, I want you to come on this show. I have been talking about you as well to the guys. I met Africa and Strawberry the same day. I sat on a panel with these extraordinary people, and I didn't know them before I sat next to them, and I was just blown away. So, Africa, you heard what I said. I'm coming for you. Okay, I want Africa to come on the show. But Bobby and Vash, thank you all for a great interview tonight. That was fantastic. And we don't stop because, ladies and gentlemen, we are working, and we're gonna work right into the new year. But next week on December 15th, we have a special guest. We have the author David Santos Donaldson. He's the author of Greenland, a novel. I don't want to give anything away, but this brother is truly dynamic, and he will be here next week. You don't want to miss the show, ladies and gentlemen. So please tune in. And also, as we did last week, I want to put up this picture of Mr. Thomas Harris Jr. In Sterling, Virginia. He got his He Said cup. And I just want to thank him for giving us some love and supporting us and, drinking some Java first thing in the morning with our name on your lips.
Amen.
How about
that? I felt it.
Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Well, our words of the week this week, ladies and gentlemen, no person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. And those are words from author Alice Walker, ladies and gentlemen, and those words were so powerful for our show tonight. If we could bring our special guest back on, because our show Say It Loud, we could not say anything the way we did if you two were not here. Thank you, Strawberry. Thank you, Mark, for bringing all your love to the show tonight. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing.
Amen. Amen.
I see Strawberry out all the time, so he came to the album release parties. I've been to his stuff, so he's such a light.
That's
a
wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Well, please keep me on the guest list because I like to know about them too, so I can walk next to Strawberry when he comes to the release party because I want to be there. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us again for our show tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week on a new episode of He Said.
He said.
He said.
He said.
We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you,
great
Mark.
weekend.
Thank you.
You
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Enjoy.